Previously in the Warlord, Travis Morgan, Air Force pilot, was tied to a tree, left for dead. Now, he has a chance to survive if he can get through the arena of death. That's right, it's Warlord Wednesday, and we are looking at issue 2 of volume 1 of The Warlord from DC Comics. Written and illustrated by Mike Grell and edited by Joe Orlando. We pick up exactly where we left off. Travis is tied to a tree, but now some saber-toothed tigers appear to make a dinner of him, and he is forced to break the branch off with a little bit of luck and stab one of the leaping tiger animals, whatever it is. And he manages to get one, but the other one's about to take him down when he's saved by an arrow from a group of passing folks. He tells them that he is trying to get to Shambhala, and they say, oh, we're going that way, and the captain introduces himself as Gry Falcon, and they are heading out to do some business, and they offer to take him with them. He's captain of the Gry Falcon, and his name is Drogar the Terrible. And they go to Belshazzar, a sprawling seaport, where Morgan is bapped on the head and thrown into the bottom of the boat where he is forced to row, because that's what you do with slaves. So Morgan makes a friend of his new celly that he's chained up with. His name is Machiste, I think it's pronounced. Machiste. And he describes his homeworld to Machiste, who of course doesn't believe him and thinks he's nuts because the sun doesn't go down here. But they attempt to escape and fail, and they're taken to the captain, who says, let's hang him! But just then some raiders show up, and this pirate galley decides to try and board them and take their slaves. Well, Morgan and Machiste are on the deck, so they have to fight it out with the rest of the crew. And the captain decides that they are in fact worthy of becoming gladiators instead of just hanging them. So they are sold to a gladiator fortress. The captain there offers 30 gold each for them. There's some great exchange and description going, which is really rare these days, it seems, that there's narration. But they're sold to the castle fortress of Shabal, trainer of gladiators. And it's actually a really cool montage sequence on paper, which you don't get a lot of anymore. And they're trained by Shabal to become high-end gladiators, and they become two of the better ones. And Travis loses a lot of sense of time, because with the sun never going down, you really can't track the cycle of the day. But then there is a visit by a member of royalty, Prince Iris, who demands to see some gladiators fight. And of course, one of his lady consorts picks two men, Machiste and Travis, to fight each other. And the two friends have to face off for the amusement of this royal scumbag and his lady friend. Now, of course, Machiste is like, kill me if you can, Morgan, or I will surely kill you. But Morgan has a different plan. There's an awesome fight sequence that goes about 2 pages long where they're sword fighting, and Morgan manages to get the upper hand, and when the prince puts his thumbs down to kill Machiste, Morgan notices a very familiar-looking wristband on him. It's his watch that he had given to Tara. So, of course, enraged, Morgan takes the opportunity to kill a guard and free the rest of the gladiators. A bloodbath ensues, and they don't hold back. There's a lot of people getting hacked around. Morgan, of course, goes after the prince and demands to know where the girl is. And that's when he finds out that Demos has taken the throne in Thera. He is now King Demos. He's no longer a high priest, thanks to the Scrolls of Blood, which contain magic spells, in which he, and I'm quoting here, he controls men's minds and even raises the dead to do his bidding. Now, of course, Travis is really upset that his only real friend, that other than this new guy, Machiste, has been sold into slavery to the scumbag they just escaped from. He decides to rally the gladiators, and there's a great speech where he talks about how, they need to overthrow Thera and die as free men, and when asked what he has to offer them, he says, well, Thera's a city of gold, and of course the chance to die as free men. So he gets about 200 gladiators from the description of it, and they say they're going to pick up more, and whether they're farmers or actual sellswords or whatever, they're going to overthrow. And Travis knows how to make better weapons. Siege towers, catapults, ballista, things like that. Plus crossbows that can penetrate armor. Which, you know, any modern person could learn very easily how to make these things. These are ancient weapons by our standards, but to people that live in a more medieval society, it would be pretty revolutionary. I mean, this mostly appears to be sort of a Romanesque setting, so actually having high-end weapons, if he could build a machine shop, he can overthrow pretty much anybody. So yeah, pretty awesome. I'm excited for issue 3. The story was amazing. I don't like the cover a little bit, I gotta be honest. I love Mike Grell, don't get me wrong. I like the way some of the guards are kind of like half in the distance there. You know, they're barely fully formed, but Travis's head looks like it's in the middle of his chest. I mean, that picture is repeated in later on, and it just makes him look like he doesn't have a neck. But we can see him and Machiste getting ready to do battle with some guards there. But overall, it's a great concept, but his head looks off center. Otherwise, great issue. I love this series. I forgot how good it was. So this was a great issue, especially the speech at the end. It's a fantastic story, and there's a lot of combat, a lot of great visual fights, and it really shows how dedicated Travis is to his friends and in his rise to becoming a warlord for sure. So I highly recommend, if you haven't checked out Warlord, issues 1 and 2 are fantastic. Obviously a great jumping on point. I would recommend the first issue as well, first appearance in first issue special, issue 8. So, yeah, so far we're off to a great start with the series, and I'm really excited to see issue 3. So tune in next Warlord Wednesday to see how issue 3 comes out and what I think of that one, and if the series will continue to be awesome. In the meantime, as always, thank you so much for listening, and hopefully you'll join us again.